Well, it's the issue with people being focused on the effort based economy and not the result based economy. Like the harder you try, maybe it's not better if you try harder. It's like shitting. If you try too hard, maybe it's not that good. And it doesn't justify the big price.
So he's comparing forging a knife to taking a shit now.
I mean, pressure, heat, we have all the same.
and sometimes it burns, right?
Don't overstrain yourself, right?
And sometimes you sweat a little.
Occasionally, a little blood is involved.
Well, come on.
So bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for it! Europe Podcast!
Listeners, welcome to the summer episodes of the Work for It Europe podcast. Today, there is no Papi Keith. He's on vacation in America, doing American things. But today in the house, we have my brother from another mother, Benjamin Kamon, and the Mama Albert. So, hello.
Hey, guys.
Mama.
So, what's up? Benjamin, how was your week?
Tired. So my wife is on vacation this week with the kids, and I had the opportunity to be in my shop early. So I woke up every day at 4 a.m. and was in my shop at 5. Yeah. So.
Oh my God, that's
tired.
old man's time. It's Keith time.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I always enjoyed that because traffic is less, and usually if you're employed somewhere, you get to go early. In the summertime, you can then, can go swimming or something like that. So I don't mind standing up early. And then for a few days it works out, but at the end of the week, you're just exhausted.
I mean, that is infathomable. I cannot comprehend that because for me, in the morning, it takes like 2 to 3 hours just to wake up properly because I'm like all groggy and shit. And like waking up at 4.
And you're calling me the old man?
Like there is no old man. Look, there is no old man that sleeps in. All the old men wake up super early. I'm more like of a teenager that sleeps in.
Or
So-
like a dead old man.
A dead old man. Maybe I'm a vampire, right? I try to avoid the sunlight.
Did you study, Pauli? Or like go
I
to
study
school
what?
for very long?
What do you mean? Did I go to school at all?
No. I mean,
I think that
studying.
means university.
Yeah, university.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I know that
finished
kind
school.
of. I know that kind of behavior from my friends who studied. They will all start very late in the day for whatever reason. I don't know why it is.
But I mean, yeah, I almost finished my university. But we had like lectures early in the morning. So,
10,
I don't know.
10 a.m.
No. It's like 8 something. But the university was very close to my dormitory, I guess, like 40 meters away. So you could just wake up, brush your teeth, and just go. But I don't know. It's just been, I was always a night owl. And I feel like we talked on our duo episode, right? I am more of an evening person, and I feel like way more energetic and have a lot of ideas in the evening. And I find
Yeah.
that, and it's actually a very bad habit when I go to sleep. It's the calm moment where I try to think about shit. Prevents me to going to sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
I sometimes when I can't sleep, I think about work, and then I will fall asleep like counting sheep.
Really? I get excited
It-
like about work.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but not in a nervous sense. Like it doesn't rile me up. And when I think about details or the next steps next day, it's almost like a repetitive. It's almost like grinding knives, and I will just doze away. Like and gone.
Well, I don't know. When I think about the things that I can improve and to do something better. And if I think about grinding and I don't really like grinding, maybe I try to think of a method that could make it easier for me. Right? And
Yeah.
I get excited about improving shit and just, I don't know. I'm just kind of sometimes, weird. I'm getting excited about updating software. Just the potential of getting something better.
Yeah.
Is just, I don't know, it just tickles me in the right way, right? So you are oh yeah,
Updating software.
So you are home alone, right?
No. I mean, they have like my wife doesn't go to work, but they didn't drive anywhere. Yeah.
So they sit at home and you are like going to work.
No, they went to museums and stuff. But weather wasn't really fine, so otherwise they would have been going swimming and things like that. But yeah, I was working, and then we have a 3-week vacation together starting in August.
I just wanted to ask, right? Why are you not taking vacation too, or just to be with your kids and wife?
Usually,
but maybe
yeah.
But maybe you are working on something really important, or maybe you are tired from your kids punching you in the balls.
I wouldn't say that on the podcast. Someday they could listen to it. No, but I usually have 2 weeks in the winter and 3 in the summertime, and my wife only takes 1 week in winter. So she saved a week in winter and now takes a week in the summertime. And splitting it up makes sense due to holidays, school holidays of our older boy, because otherwise he would have to go into a summer camp or something like that.
Yeah, that's a fun experience too, summer camp.
Depends. If it's fun, it's fun. And sometimes you're not that lucky and maybe they are kind of lazy and don't do much. Yeah, then it's...
Did you have any bad experiences, like yourself? It sounds like...
I never have been, to be honest, much. I had grandparents who were in pension already. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you were going to your grandmas and grandpas and staying in the village, Austrian village, with your small lederhosen and going like...
That's exactly right. I mean, pretty exactly. Like, I didn't have a lederhosen. Most of the time I was just naked or in my underpants or in swimming shorts. But I had a bow and I was shooting shit up.
Yeah, man, that sounds cool.
Bow,
that sounds
slingshot,
great.
I had everything. I had swords.
Oh man,
spear.
What? Did your grandparents help you make those, or were you just making them on your own?
Yeah, my dad and my grandfather showed me how to make a bow, for example.
Ooh, from like hazelnut, no?
I don't know
Or
what wood we used, but I mean the principles they showed me, like carving out those grooves for the string and then bending it, hooking it in, making a knot, and also how to make an arrow, splitting it, putting a feather in so it flies.
Yes.
Hammering a nail flat on the top or on the front to fit it into the wood, binding it with a string again to make it hold the nail on the tip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I shot onto a tree where my grandfather had a piping on the tree, mounted on the tree, because on top there was a water container, because in the daytime they had to pump water up there so they could use water in the evening. There was no water supply where they had their holiday home. So they had to do it.
Water tower.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but on a tree. And the tree was super big, like diameter 1.5 meters or something like that. Really, really a big tree. And the pipe was very thin. And I took a shot onto that tree and hit the pipe dead on. Exactly the pipe. First shot. My grandfather was mad. And to be honest, I was kind of shocked because I knew it would be bad once he sees it, but I was proud at the same time. I was kind of thinking, yes, motherfucker.
I mean, you hit it. That's cool.
Yeah. No, it was funny. Fun times.
Core memories. Yeah.
If nowadays I would see myself, I would turn around and go. Like, if I wouldn't know myself and I would see a kid armed to the teeth with spears, machetes, axes, swords, bow, whatever, slingshot, I would turn around and go. Maybe the kid is naked as well. I mean, what the fuck is going on?
I mean,
Yeah, but it was a different time back then, I think, wasn't it? Our parents, or at least my parents, weren't so overprotective when we grew up. Right?
Yeah.
So when I came home from school, first thing I did was threw the backpack into the corner and off I went. Right. So
Yeah,
I
that's
was
true.
playing outside like all day.
But I feel like there is a trend where that's coming back a bit, like consciously by parents, because they know it's taking a bit, or it's going a bit too far with the helicopter mom and all that.
Did you grow up on the countryside or did you grow up in the city?
It was mixed. So I was born in the city and I lived in the city, but at weekends my parents were renovating a house. So on weekends we were in Lower Austria. Yeah.
So on the countryside.
Yeah, countryside. Yeah.
Because where I grew up on the countryside in Upper Austria, and things were completely different back then. So we had like street fights and proper wars with the neighborhood kids. So we also made like weapons and we took hostages and everything. So once, yeah, we had a prison which was the roof of a barn, and we captured one of the enemies, and we had a what's it called, a ladder, and he had to go up to the roof, and then we put away the ladder, and then we forgot him, and he was sitting there like till 10 at night.
Can I just say something about your wording? You didn't say we captured another kid. You said we captured the enemy.
Yeah, it was the enemy.
Yeah, but
I mean,
to this day, it is. It seems like.
Yeah, no, not really. But we had like this. It wasn't proper gangs, but it was these groups of kids, right? So we had like left street side against right street side, whatever. Like boys from one school against boys from another school and stuff. So there was like these random properties that seemed somehow important at certain days, and we formed groups, and then we had like proper fights and everything. So
yeah. I mean, I didn't have it to that extent, but group building, no, it's fun. But I mean, my boy has a lot of freedoms as well. He's 9 and he goes out and just roams around. I mean, nowadays we know where he is, but other than that, he's with a time limit. He's pretty free to go. So it's not too different from what I did, to be honest.
yeah.
How about you, Paulie?
Well, I grew up in the countryside. It's not even like to call a village, but like my nearest neighbor is like half a kilometer away or a kilometer away. So
Okay.
and the closest town is like 3 kilometers away. So you had to, you go on a bike and drive like 15-20 minutes, something like that, to see the nearest kids. So it was a multi-generational household. So in the same house we lived, like me and my sister, my parents, and my mother's parents. And as they were farmers, right? So everybody worked.
Yeah.
From morning till evening. And yeah, it's like free range living. I spent a lot of time just playing in the outside. And one of the fondest memories is like just trying and making swords. And like when you told me about the father teaching you how to make a bow, it's unlocked, these core memories of my father teaching me what proper sticks to select from I think it's a hazelnut, from this super bendy tree to make a fishing rod. And from the same tree, you could also, because it's super springy, you could make really cool bows that are really easy to make until they dried out. And yeah, and I also love to make swords. And my sister is like 3 years younger. And also it's a sister. But I made some swords for her too. And we just went on in the fields and fought against a weeds, I guess. Big fields of weeds that look like enemies. So no, chopping off their heads.
So, but knife making, Polly.
Yeah.
Knife making. How's your project going?
Oh my god, fuck me in the ass and call me Stacy. It's terrible. Everything I'm just like, it looks like everything is fighting against me. All of the projects that I could be doing, everything is fighting against me. I get these specialty made boxes, right? And my client needs to have foil printing on top of it. And foil printing, I contacted a lot of places, and the foil printing has a limitation of 15 centimeters wide, I guess. And maybe it's just a standard of the die that they can make. So I contact them and say, like, look, I have these logos that have very fine details, and is it possible to make it good and look good, right? And they say, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I order it. We agree on the design. They look at the design. Everything is good. They send me in those boxes, and these boxes, the print is fucking shit. It's not only the small details are terrible, but also like the bigger details, the edges of the lettering, they look like frayed. And I was so pissed. I was so fucking pissed, I was waiting for them so long, and time is of the essence for this project. I'm like, look, what the fuck, why is this so bad? Why does it look so bad? I paid like a shit ton of money for those boxes. And they say, like, look, foil printing is one of the most expensive methods that they do. So they pull out this banger and they say, oh, it's handmade. Every stamp is stamped by hand, so it can vary the quality. So basically, they have the excuse of it being handmade. They charge more for it being handmade, and they have lower quality because it's handmade. So I go ape shit, and just write a very nasty email, and not like nasty, but strong language.
Yeah.
And I say, look, I don't need a refund. I need to get this fixed ASAP, and I need a solution until the end of the month. And can you offer me the solution? If not, I need to find a solution quickly. So they offer me a solution. They offer a different printing methodology that should be good and great. So they are working on that, and I talk to my client again, and they say, yeah, it's totally fine if the quality is better. So nothing paid, and I am waiting, which is great, right?
Oh, shit.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I'm waiting, which is good, right? Then
no, it's not good if time is of the essence.
I am waiting. If shit hits the fan, I have these boxes are not terrible, but they are 90% good. So it's the 10% that are bugging me, and I want it to be better, and I know that it could be better, and I paid good money for it, so they should deliver the results, right? So I'm waiting for them to ship me the new boxes, and they say that they will meet the deadline. Now, in those boxes, a foam insert goes. And everything fucking happened the last week. A foam insert goes in. And I have ordered the foam insert start of June. So they were packaged for like a month. And I couldn't have those cut just because I needed the boxes, because they are... when they are assembled, they tend to be a little bit different dimension than they actually are stated in the papers. So I need to have everything, and the knives and the sheets, to be able to cut it. Well, I give my laser guy the foam to be cut, and it's chipped. It's like a potato chipped. It's fucking bent, and he cannot do laser cutting on it, or it could be bad. It could be yada, yada, yada. Another problem again. And just because it was packaged super long, and it was in this like black plastic foam, right? It's just because the shipping material, and you don't need to package again the shipping material. Jesus Christ. So I quickly order and get new material, and now solve that issue, right? It's solved. It's done. Finally, I have these inserts cut. I'm just waiting for the new boxes. Maybe everything should be good. Now the leather sheets are being made.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you, because that was on the last week's show, right?
So
The leather sheet
just
topic.
today I got the update from my new leather gal who is making these leather sheets, and they are moving along just perfectly. I paid way more than previously agreed with another guy, but at least I will get those sheets, and they are not satisfactory to 100%, but they are satisfactory to 90%, which is good enough for me. It's kind of bugs me that I know that they could be way better, but no time for that, because she has to make at least 2 a day now, and these are hand-sewn thick sheets, and and it's the middle of the summer, so
Yeah, sure. But why aren't they perfect? What's missing for them to be perfect?
that design, the drainage hole could be way better, and the thickness should be thicker. It could be thicker, but it couldn't, just because she can't sew that thick. And the issue is that the knives are very thick. Like very thick, it's like 5.3 millimeters, and you have to have thick leather on top, so you have a stack of 3 thick layers of leather, and you have to keep it straight, and it's just difficult, right? And if you want to make it nicely and in the period of time, but this mistake is on me, right? I could have tried to do it way quicker with the leather sheets, and I could have the result that I would wanted. That is
So
fine.
does she have to cut them by hand, the leather sheath planks?
Yeah,
Or
she has already cut those. I have a picture. She has already done those. So it's like.
But does she have to cut them by hand, or does she have a clicker press or some machine that helps her?
She doesn't.
Okay.
All are done by hand. She's doing that for 15 years, and she's very young and very professional. So I kind of like her outlook on the being able to manufacture shit, and so.
Okay.
She's young and doing
problem
it
is
since
solved.
15 years.
Now the last problem is I still have to make the knives.
Yeah.
I still have to heat treat. She not that young. She's like my age, like 30 to 35. So it's not too old, but like a professional, right? And in my case, another problem also arose. I don't want to go on a super long rant, but so I will finish like with a couple of pieces right now. But I have a shit ton of handle scales that I have already machined, hand-sanded, and made, and they look really awesome. But I still have to finish and polish those. And I have never done that many pairs of handle scales before, and especially polishing. And the polishing takes at least 2 stages of different compounds to have a very nice shine. And my polishing electric engine motor, it overheats. So I have to wait. And while I'm waiting, I'm doing other stuff. Yeah, I'm doing other shit. And also I heat treated like 1/3 of the blanks with pre-ground bevels. And some of those, at least 2, are very bent. So I ordered a carbide face hammer from Keith. And also another problem is that I am heat treating using Scalix and Condorsol. And these don't give that as clean of a surface finish as I would like. And when I try to sandblast it after it, it doesn't come out as nicely as I would like. It comes out a little bit spotty.
Can you still surface grind them after heat treating?
Yes, of course. But you need to have something to surface grind it with, right, to have the equipment. so I have ordered a surface grinder from Pavel, which I will get tomorrow.
Fuck me. Why are you so late with everything?
Look, I thought that the sandblasting it wouldn't be an issue, right? That I wouldn't have this like small clouding, and that doesn't sandblast out. And wait, there's another banger. I did some pre-heat treatment surface grinding, just using my hands on the contact wheel, right? Just very lightly. And I noticed that doing this really eats up belts. It eats up like a motherfucker, like super eats up belts. And I'm running out of 120p. So I need to order some belts too.
120p, like VSM belts.
Yeah, something. I use Bora. So from my another distributor, he's express shipping me from from Poland via FedEx, and I should get those tomorrow too.
Okay, when did you start with the project?
Define start, right? Like the
when did you get the order in?
Oh, it was pre knife show Austria. It's like start of the year, like something in the January, February, somewhere in February or March, I think. So pretty early, but a lot of my efforts and funds went into preparing to the show, and yeah, just basically it took a lot of like work to work up to the show, and I was just postponing it a little bit and also ordering sheets of steel for this project. And when we came back at the end of May, I started doing this and laser cutting all of the blanks from the sheet and also ordering the boxes, because it was an investment to also order those boxes. And these have like a lead time at least of 3 weeks. So, and just because these are standard boxes, right? I did not want to go with the super custom sizing boxes, just because they are way more expensive, and they take way more longer to be manufactured. And then there is another issue with those boxes. These boxes are like 40 centimeters long, and if I look at the longest knife that I need to make, and I add the added diameter, the added length of the leather sheath, it might not fit in the box. Right? So for the leather guy, to make the leather sheets, to make the templates for the leather sheet, to make sure that they fit in, I need to have the boxes. And for the foam to be cut, I need to have the boxes and the leather sheets to be made, and the DXFs for the laser cutting itself, and the foam. So, it kind of accumulates, and it's really hard. It's the hardest thing that I have ever done. Again, everything is fighting me, but these are very good lessons for next time.
Yeah, Paulie, let me give you another lesson.
Yeah.
You should have started earlier, but you know that, right?
Yeah, of course, but I couldn't. I thought in retrospect and I could not.
And we could have helped you with almost every step. So you could have sent us your heat treated blanks with the contour sal and the scale X, we could have all surface ground them for you. We could have, we have 2 people with clicker presses. We could have stamped out or cut out all the leather sheath blanks for you and everything. So what you should have asked, man.
No,
it would have.
You won't. You won't get my money. You won't.
I don't want your money. I would have done it for free. Come on.
Oh, then for the next time.
Yeah, come on. It takes. Our surface grinder bed is like 20 by 60 centimeters, so we can throw on 20 knives on there at once. So, and it's super fast. We converted it to belts, so we can run whatever belt we want, and that's what we do with our full tang knives. So we surface grind them before with the stainless, also with the Damascus, by the way. Sometimes we surface grind them up to whatever 240 grit. So.
One question. Is the wheel rubber or solid aluminum?
It's rubber, but it's a very hard rubber. And what's the English term for that? If you increase or decrease the height by very little, you get a very exact surface finish. Of course, if you crank it up too much, or if you hog off too much material, you get what is called in German a Hobelschlag. So at the corners, there's less material. But if you're careful, you can get very exact surfaces.
Yeah. So I wanted to buy the surface grinder either way, but I don't think that it will take too much time, just because it's the very top surface. And I want to remove bulk of the scale, like the mill scale, right? Just before heat treatment, and after heat treatment, just hit it with the 240 surface conditioning belts to, just make it shiny, and it will be way quicker and easier.
Sure.
Yeah, but I haven't ever used.
But you have to do it one by one, right? One knife after the other.
Yeah.
We can do like 20 at a time. So.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Right, I know.
No, but it would have taken us like, I don't know, 15 minutes to surface grind all your 60 blades, or how many.
I know.
Yeah, how many you have to make.
I know. For the next time, but
it's not a shame to ask someone.
I know. I just look, when everybody, if everybody is like, if everybody is like letting you down, right? And you are tripping at every wire that you're trying to walk over, the only person that I can trust is me not fucking up. So I don't want to bring in another possible, a lot of possible points of failure. Like, maybe the shipping, maybe the knives are getting lost on the way to you, or maybe it takes way too long. It's no. I will do it. It will take more time.
Okay, I get that. Yeah, I get that.
For the next time, a couple months, before, you can waste some time, so it's fine. For the next time, I will have that in mind, and free of charge, of course. Huh.
Yeah, come on, it takes like a few minutes. What are you gonna charge for that? I mean, so what else happened?
I need to do the ad read, so we have at least some decent audio, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this wonderful show and this off-season, summer season episode is sponsored by minihell.eu. Great kilns, very good kilns. I love those. I have one for 5 years. Please listen to our episode with Baltazar. He's a very nice guy, very smart guy, and very business-focused guy. So a lot of great information right here. And if you are looking for a new heat treatment kiln, go to minihell.eu, and you can buy any size of kiln and choose the inside lining, be it hard brick, soft brick, and you can choose even the controller, from a super simple one to a very advanced one. And while you are shopping there, you can choose also to buy some heat treatment supplies like heat treatment oil or racks for batch of blades. And when you are at the checkout, please use WFI5 to save 5%, but it helps us even more. Just Baltazar knows that you bought it from just because you listened to this show, and he might be sponsoring the show for the next season. So thank you so much. Go to minihell.eu, and they got the next kiln for you. And now back to this shit show.
You didn't say it.
Yeah, you need to mix it up, right?
No. I want to hear kilns every episode now.
Kilns.
Thank you. You immediately knew what I was talking about. So
no, I thought, look, Keith really likes the way that I say that I love my father, I love my mother, but you know what they love more than me? Our minihell.eu kiln.
I like that too. But kilns kills me every time.
You have to mix it up.
Oh,
Yeah. Is he gonna say it? Next Knife Show Austria, people will come up to me and say the thing. Say the thing.
Say it now.
Right.
Hey, Albert, I found something else about you.
What?
You have 2 middle names, is that right?
That's right, yes.
What are they?
Now you want to know, right?
Yes, I want to know, because it says nowhere on the internet. I just found Albert J. Angelberger, and I thought, what is J and J standing for?
Johann and Jörg.
Ah.
Johann is my grandfather's name, and Jörg is my godfather's name.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious, and I thought it's very almost royal to have so many names.
No, that's just the way it's done with boys in our family. With girls, not so much. I don't know why, but
Do you have a son?
no,
But he would be like his name, Albert.
no. Why Albert? I would never call my son Albert. I think it's a horrible name. But yeah, what are you gonna do? No, I would never call my son Albert.
No, but his like
no.
middle names. Would it contain his you are his,
Ah, shit! His middle name would be his grandfather's name, and that's his. Of course, my dad's also called Albert, by the way.
Oh,
So yeah, his middle name would be Albert. Yeah, and he wouldn't have a godfather for obvious reasons. So no third name.
interesting.
Yeah.
And you're a psychologist as well? Because I thought you're philosophy guy.
Yeah, I have a PhD in philosophy, and I was I was working at the psychology department when I came back to Salzburg. Yes.
You never talked about that, right? Or did I miss it?
No, I didn't.
Huh. How, I mean, what? never telling us such little interesting details is very, very interesting to me.
Yeah, but I didn't think that it was that interesting. But I changed the field, yeah, so to speak, from philosophy to psychology, or to psychotherapy, to be a bit more precise. Yeah.
But you're active there still or not?
No, I stopped.
Okay.
I was there's this, you have to have some sort of degree to become a psychotherapist in Austria, and only then you can start with your psychotherapist training.
Yeah.
And philosophy is one of these degrees that counts. So there's philosophy, psychology, obviously, educational sciences. So there's a number of degrees that count or that qualify you to start with the psychotherapy studies. Yeah.
Okay.
And I did that.
But
for a
you
while,
never
yeah.
practiced, or did you practice?
No. I didn't even finish.
Oh, okay.
No.
Interesting. Huh.
I stopped. But it was interesting. And I needed a job. So that's why I started working at the psychology department. Yeah.
Okay.
In Salzburg. When I came back from Bayreuth.
From where?
From Bayreuth in Germany.
Okay.
I did my first postdoc in Munich at the LMU, and then I went to Bayreuth for my second postdoc.
I thought Beirut.
Beirut, no.
And I was thinking,
Bayreuth.
what?
No, I wouldn't have gone to Beirut.
Oh.
Bayreuth was far enough for me. So
But you finished the philosophy and then changed, or
yeah. I finished philosophy. Then I was working as a postdoc for 6.5, 7 years, and then I switched to psychotherapy and psychology. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
Boring, I know, but that's how it was.
No, I don't know if it's boring. I mean, I imagine you get to know very interesting things if you actually practice it. I mean, I don't know how the education is.
No, I was working with patients. I had to, because you have to start working with patients right away.
Oh, that's what I
have-
meant by practice. I thought,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was working with plenty of patients.
And that's
of
boring?
Course, I mean, that's not boring. I thought the talk about this was boring, but no, the work with patients is very interesting.
Okay.
Also for obvious reasons.
No, nothing is obvious to me. Tell me.
No, but if they have like certain disorders,
Yeah.
right? So if you have like panic attacks, that's odd, because they come out of nowhere, and you suddenly think that you're gonna die for no reason whatsoever. So there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
But from a medical point of view, but you're convinced that you're gonna die
Yeah.
now. I mean, that's scary to see
Yeah.
sometimes, because I mean, no one's really safe, right, from that. So it can happen to anyone. Of course, certain experiences increase the likelihood of you developing a disorder like that, but can happen to anyone. Or let's take depression, the most common disorder out there, right? So
Yeah.
it's tough, to be honest. I mean, if you have like a young girl there which is who's suicidal, right? I mean, that's tough to see. That's not an easy job to have, I think. And that's also why I stopped, by the way.
Oh, okay. It was too demanding.
Yeah, and you have to be tougher than I am, I think, to do that kind of job. You have to really isolate yourself from the issue the patient has, and that's very tough to do sometimes, I think, especially if you like them. I mean, most of the time they're nice people, right? So you understand where they're coming from, and you feel sorry. you're not allowed to feel sorry for them. That's unprofessional, but you still do when you're starting out, right? Because you don't have the tools yet.
I mean,
to
are you not allowed to feel sorry for them, or are you not allowed to show them that you feel sorry for them?
Yeah, you're not. You shouldn't do either, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, you must not show them that you feel sorry for them. That's a mistake.
Of course, yeah. But I mean, if you feel that, it seems kind
yeah.
of
But
normal.
look, if you have like, let's say 30 patients a week, and you feel sorry for every patient you have, I mean, that's not a very healthy job to have, is it?
Yeah.
I think it does something with you.
No, of course. I mean, I imagine almost all those jobs with social skills, no matter if it's a teacher or like in the hospital a normal doctor or whatever, that you have that kind of problem. And I think those people who do that have those social skills. I would assume. I mean, I couldn't do that, but I would hope that people who are in those kind of jobs, for whatever reason, can adjust to that kind of work.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I never experienced anything like that. But it's interesting to me.
There are certain mechanisms in place that help you deal with that. So you have to do a mandatory supervision, right? So you have to do like a certain number of hours or intervision with colleagues and stuff, so that where you can talk about these things, because you're not allowed to talk with like strangers about your patients, right? I mean, there's this for privacy reasons. So that's actually forbidden. But in supervision or intervision, so supervision, there's like a supervisor, like a trained psychologist or psychotherapist that talks with you about your patients. And with intervision, there's like colleagues. And there you can't talk about your patients.
Yeah.
Because they're also bound by these privacy restrictions, right? So they're not allowed to tell anyone else what you've been talking about.
Yeah.
So there are certain mechanisms, but they only get you so far and they only help you so much. So, yeah.
How much did that education change how you treat and look at people in your private life?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I saw it at your laugh already, that it changed everything.
but also a mean question. No, it's not mean, but of course it does something with you. If you have, I mean, there's this catalog of disorders out there, and these disorders, they have like certain symptoms, and they're pretty well defined, to be honest, because when I started with the education, I thought that's kind of unclear, but quite to the contrary. So psychologists have been working really hard on making these disorders very clear, and the criteria and symptoms very clear, so that you can actually diagnose like a psychological disorder. I mean, you can't delete that from your memory, so you still view people through a certain lens, and of course you see, or you spot stuff that you would not have seen before. And of course there's like certain character traits for which you have a name now, because you see the behavior of certain people, right? Like narcissistic behavior, for instance, or whatever. Yeah.
So as soon as you were educated in that stuff, everyone is laying on the couch.
No. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to treat like friends and family.
No. I just meant like I would imagine, as soon as you have that knowledge, maybe judgmental or judging is the wrong word, but you're kind of, as you said, I mean, you're recognizing things and then maybe viewing that person differently than without that knowledge, because all of a sudden you know what's going on, whereas before you just thought, okay, that's odd, or maybe just I don't like it, without analyzing what really happens, right?
That's right, yeah. And not only that, but you know where it is coming from. When you have narcissistic behavior or some kind of other personality disorder, you know where it's coming from. You know with a very high likelihood what happened in his past or her past, for instance, right?
Huh.
So, which is sometimes very informative, to say the least, right?
Yeah.
And of course you start viewing people differently somehow. Yeah, that's right.
I'm just thinking, I mean, I don't think there are a lot of doctors who are knife makers, but then I just thought maybe you're the only psychologist who is a doctor, who is a knife maker, sorry.
No, I'm not a psychologist. I'm a philosopher. But there is others. Christoph Wild, for instance, is a trained psychologist.
Ah, yeah.
I'm not a psychologist, Ben.
Yeah, Christoph Wild, he told me, yeah.
Mhm. And I'm not a psychologist, Ben. I'm a philosopher who started studying to become a psychotherapist. That's something else.
But you're not a psychotherapist either, or you are one.
No, because I stopped.
Uh-huh.
No, because I didn't finish my studies. No,
I see.
dropped out because knife making got more interesting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, then maybe you're the only philosopher who is a knife maker then.
I think there is one at Blenheim Forge, isn't there?
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
But very interesting. I mean, can you talk about the most horrible experience you ever had? Or, like, not horrible in a sense of truly horrible, but annoying. Let's say annoying. Like,
Annoying? No, nothing was annoying.
okay.
I mean, some stuff was exhausting, some stuff was depressing. Like a very young girl who achieved everything she wanted to achieve and still wanted to kill herself. I mean, for no reason whatsoever. Just nice family background, everything was fine, but still, I mean, that's very depressing to see and very tough.
Yeah.
Patients, they shouldn't be annoying to you. If they are, you're doing something wrong, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's why I'm not made for jobs like that, because I feel like kids or patients or all those kind of social jobs, they would be very annoying to me. Like, I couldn't imagine working in a kindergarten either, for example.
Yeah, me neither, because it's too loud. I mean,
Not only that, I think there's just too much going on all around. And yeah, but that's just one example. A friend of ours is what's Krankenschwester in English? Like a nurse. Yeah, and I couldn't imagine doing that either. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's children or grown-ups, but those social, very social jobs, it's just working with humans to that extent and always being there for them and treating them. Oftentimes not. It's not like something in the shop which is broken and you can clearly see what's wrong and you can fix that. With humans, it's just way more complex, and I think I'm overwhelmed with the complexity. I couldn't deal with that.
But I always liked the social aspect of things. Even at university, I enjoyed the social part at least as much as the research part.
Yeah.
And the actual work part. Yeah. And I did my civil service, so the Zivildienst, with mentally handicapped people. So which was also very exhausting, but it was super fun to work with these people.
Yeah.
And if you have like a trisomy 21 patient or client there, you start developing skills, because he's not usually, right? He's not operating on your cognitive level. That's why he's mentally handicapped, right? But you start to develop other skills so that you can somehow communicate with these people and have fun with them and do like their daily tasks with them and stuff. So
yeah,
it helps, I think.
Yeah, but
in life.
no, totally. I get that. I mean, I think that is the positive, in the sense of, it's not a boring job. It's something new all the time. But then, I mean, there is a reason why you started knife making instead of that, because it's demanding also, and yeah, maybe it's not the complexity for you, but that you take it home with you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a problem. No, I can't see how you can't take that home. I mean, if a girl comes to... I always thought about surgeons who, operate on children maybe and lose a child. I always thought, how could you not take that home? I mean, I don't understand how you would just drive home like I'm driving home from my shop. There is no way, I'm thinking. But maybe there are some people who can do that.
I think there are. And there has to be, I think.
Yeah.
If you're a surgeon, a good friend of mine is a surgeon in an Unfallkrankenhaus, so where people come that had an accident and stuff, right? And he's also a knife maker. And I was when I started
like emergency
out
room
making knives,
or
emergency room, yeah. And when I started out making knives, we were sharing a shop, so a workshop. It happened that he came to the shop and said, a guy just died. I was operating, and he was in a car accident. He just died, and it was like scaringly normal for him.
Yeah.
So,
No, yeah.
but I think it has to be, because if you're too much involved, you can't really operate on these people, right? And you're nervous like all the time that you fuck up something, or that this person is gonna die or whatever. So you have to concentrate, and I think for that you have to isolate yourself from the patient.
Yeah. I mean,
I think.
yeah. It also depends on what you're doing, because I've heard from a surgeon, he told me that he sees the body almost like a machine. He's almost repairing a car. He doesn't look beyond the mechanics of it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But that's a demarcation strategy. That's how he isolates himself, right? Cognitively from
Yeah.
the patient.
Yeah, totally.
I see it as a machine, right? So it's not a person.
Yeah. I recently heard a podcast from where a pathologist talks about his things. And there was an interesting part, because he had students and they were, opening up that body, and the pathologist talked to his students the day before that was happening. And he said something interesting which made me think so much about it. He said the person who is laying tomorrow on our table that we are opening up is alive today and doesn't know they will be laying there. And I thought, that's so crazy to think about.
That's crazy, yeah. So enough personal talk. So want to talk knives?
Yeah.
Do you have something you want to share?
I'm working on a collaboration with Thomas Finesse right now, and I'm prepping the, let's say, how do you say, about the knife blank, so to say, to a certain detail, and he will do his magic with it, and we will see how it's going. Right now, I forged a stand from wrought iron, and it's right now in the ferric chloride overnight. So that's always kind of a gamble, because who knows what will be left tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
But last time
especially with wrought iron.
Yeah, but last time I did that, it was a super deep wooden-like texture that developed. So I'm hoping for a similar result this time, but who knows?
Where do you get the wrought iron from? Is it our wrought iron?
No. This time I didn't want to risk anything, because the stands are pretty much effort to forge. They're despite that they're looking very simple, but the tapers and all that, and I didn't want to risk then maybe the wrought iron being not to my expectations in whatever way, too much texture or too little. So I used some old wrought iron I got back from the days when I was in a blacksmith shop. Yeah, because sometimes we were taking down old railings and things like that, and they were sometimes made from wrought iron. So we had stuff laying around there. And since I only usually use it for end caps, I have a certain stash. But if I make too many stands, it will run out quickly. No, but other than that, I don't know. Do you have any exciting projects?
We finally managed to get our oil mist extraction system working for the power hammers.
Yeah,
we finished this like a week ago, so that's working now. But it sucks out all the air of our workshop, so we have to open the door so that we don't die in here. Because it sucks out all the oxygen. It's such a powerful extraction fan. So we actually have to open the doors.
But what would it suck in? I mean, at some point air has to be coming in from somewhere, some leaks or...
Yeah, or nowhere, and then there's no oxygen left. I mean, that's what's happening if you suck out all the air from a room, right? Then there's no oxygen left, especially if it's sealed or closed.
Yeah, but you wouldn't produce a vacuum, and you can't only suck out the oxygen.
No, not a yeah, you can suck out the... Yeah, but then you have no oxygen to breathe left.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, you would suck out all the air, not just the oxygen in the air.
Yeah, all the air, but it's not. I mean, it's not gonna be a vacuum, but there has to be. I mean, you need way more than something slightly above a vacuum to breathe, right? So you need way more air. And we can feel that. So if it's running, there's a negative pressure inside the shop because we see that when we try to open the door.
Interesting.
There's a resistance. Yeah. So now we slightly open the doors so that there's an airflow coming in. So we did that.
I mean, during forging, you should do that anyways, right?
Of course, yeah. But usually we open all the roller doors when we are forging, and now we don't have to open the roller doors all the way because we have this extraction system running. So we have to just open it like for 20 centimeters or something.
Yeah, totally makes sense. How do the Beche hammers usually work like that? I mean, where do they blow that oil mist into?
There's an extraction pipe on top of all of our power hammers. That's where they spit out the oil. And they, especially if they have not been working for long, our 150 kilogram Beche power hammer, it was spitting oil. So when we first turned it on, it was like spitting oil out the.
Why would they design it like that? Like spitting it up into the air?
Yep, so that you can do an extraction.
Oh,
fan
okay. They are
above
made
it.
for that.
So,
okay.
Yeah. And all the shops we've seen, they had an like all proper shops we've seen, they had an extraction system on top of the power hammer.
I'm thinking of copying that for mine.
Good idea.
Maybe just hooking it up to my like the ventilation system I have for the belt grinder. Yeah, I don't know if that would work.
I mean, I can show you pictures or make you a video of ours because we have an oil filter so that the oil gets collected and only clean air is blown out of the shop. Or use a cyclone, right? Maybe a cyclone would also work, like you would with dust for dust extraction, because oil is heavier than air, so it might actually work.
I mean, I don't know if oil would be a problem in my case because I'm having those two water surfaces with my belt grinder, but the thing is I'm never changing that water. So what happens, I at some point I open it up, take all the steel dust out,
okay.
and then I fill up water again because it evaporates. But the thing is the oil would mainly stay in the steel dust, I'm thinking, and I don't care about that because those get recycled anyways. Fuck those mist collectors, but should we finally tell the listener about your Pripyat story, Paulie? They've been waiting.
No. We can, I mean, we can savor it for the next episode. I think, no, it's let's savor it. Let's savor it.
So
it's not,
mean.
it's
Another
not so,
cliffhanger.
Andy,
it's not for
Andy,
the
tell
end
us
of the
what
show.
is going on with Paulie. What makes him
He's
so mean?
Albert. Jesus
There's
Christ.
no Andy here.
Yeah, he's Albert.
Oh my god.
You motherfucker.
Such a shit show.
Nothing's working. Not even the names.
Not even the brains. I'm
The
sorry.
brains, names, nothing.
I mean,
What's worse is it was unconscious. It wasn't.
I
this
know.
time,
I
sorry.
could tell.
Yeah.
he could tell. He knows why you said that.
No, I don't know why he said that. But Ben, how's your Klingen for Gutes knife coming along?
Yes.
So you didn't even start, did
Oh
you?
yeah, no, I did start. I have 2 blades already.
Okay.
I have one experimental one, which I don't know if it works out yet because it's a new thing for me, and one that will work out and is the backup. So, and I have an idea.
Okay, so steel-wise, it's a new thing.
Exactly, steel-wise, yeah. I mean, I can say it. It's RWL34, which I'll try to make into a production knife. But then I'll do another special thing. So even if it doesn't work out, and I'm using my the other blade I'm making as a backup is Apex Ultra. But even then, I have something special going on. But I won't talk about that yet.
But what's so special about the RWL34 knife?
No, just that I first time used that steel, and I don't know yet if it with forging Damas steel I had no issues at all. I forged 5 knives. I even forged 2 monoliths with it, and RWL 34 is a 50% part of that. And with the Kling for Gutes blade, I forged 2 pieces, and 1 piece during forging developed cracks. Probably I forged it too cold, because it kind of cracked when it was pretty much not glowing much anymore. Yeah, and so that was something that shocked me a bit. Never had any problems, using 14N 28, no, 14C 28N or Neologs. I've forged Neologs before. And as I said, Damasteel as well. Never had any problems, but that steel kind of acted funky with me.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. How about you?
I started with the Klingen for Gutes knife. So we're gonna make probably, if everything works out, so the blade's done, the blade's heat treated, the blade's been hand sanded, but we're gonna make a Kumai chevron apex core blade.
Okay.
So with the copper chevron we made with an apex core.
Damn, that's way fancier than what I'm doing.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, RWL34 is an awesome steel. We made our Klingen for Gutes knives last year out of RWL34. But this year we wanted... Here's the thing. I was complaining to Keith about why we were not allowed to use Damascus last year. So if we had done another RWL34 blade, I would have not heard the end of it from Keith. So that's why we have to do some Damascus this year.
Yeah. Why wasn't it allowed last year?
I have no idea. I mean, even Keith couldn't tell me, because here was my argument. It must have been some bullshit reasons why not. Because here's the argument I made last year to Keith. The point of a charity is to raise as much money as possible, right?
Yeah.
So that's the whole point of a charity, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So if there's let's say 10 Damascus blades in there, you would raise more money than with, let's say 10 monosteel blades, right? Because Damascus blades are generally more expensive, or people are willing to spend more money on a Damascus blade, also on a charity raffle, right?
Yeah.
That was my argument. I think I know why, but I'm not gonna talk on air about this. But still, yeah. I mean, yeah, bullshit reasons.
I'll
but
give you...
I'm not gonna throw anyone under the bus.
No, don't do that. But I still have advice for you.
Shoot.
Sometimes you have to break the rules.
No. If that was the rules, we agreed to do it. But still, it wasn't. It was a bullshit. It was a bullshit restriction, I think. So this year it's much more interesting, I think, because this year everyone can do Damascus and. Yeah.
I mean, last year was the first time we were doing it. However you want to put it, they were organizing it. We were doing it. Whatever. But I think there were many things that could be improved and then that will be improved. But that's normal with a thing being done for the first time. So,
but I'm gonna tell you in the after show why I think these restrictions were in place last year. Or this restriction, the monosteel restriction.
Ooh, is that Patreon access as well?
No, that's Ben Kamon and Paulie access only.
We could monetize that.
What are you guys giving the Patreons this time?
I mean, I did for the last show the post. I just posted it today with all the valuable information. This episode, maybe Albert has something to offer.
Yes, I do. So I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna tell you after the show. No, seriously, we have a few very exciting projects. I can tell you about.
But you will reveal those to Patreons too, or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you about you guys about this in the after show. So if patrons have access to the after show, or if we can manage somehow to give them access to that, they'll hear it.
I'm just uploading a file.
Okay, then we can do that. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to edit 2 things then. Yeah.
No, you cannot be. Maybe we can do just
then,
chill unedited after show.
Ben is gone again, I think.
What?
breaking up. I can hear
Yeah.
him sometimes.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right, Benny.
Fuck.
Benny boy. Benny, fucking come in here blasting
Benny
like,
boy.
oh, I'm Paulius mom, Paulius dad, Paulius my
No, but
bitch.
now, but now he's back again. I think.
Yeah, and he's now like, my internet is breaking up. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Fucking, we appreciate you, Ben, for what you are.
Yeah, let's get to the after show. Bye, listeners. Bye. I'm curious. I can't wait.
Bye. Bye.